Hello, I'm back with another Bits and Pieces challenge. This one is for next month, for the month of October. And I can't believe the summer is already past, but I am looking forward to the wonderful autumn and fall colors we get here in Colorado. So before I get started, I want to thank you one more time for participating in some of my other challenges. I'm always thrilled to get so many entries and hear that you had fun creating collages in the way I presented here. So I can't wait to see what you come up with for the month of October. And if you are new to my Bits and Pieces challenge, please go below in my description box and follow the link to my original intro, and that will get you up to date. So let's see, October challenge. The theme I picked is water. Now water could mean many things. You could create an ocean scene, you could have a lake or river in your collage. It could be a swimming pool, it could be a puddle, it could be rain, it could be anything that has something to do with water. I completely leave that up to you. And like most of the time, I picked again 8 categories here to pick from. And again, you can pick just one item from each category or more as you like. And you are of course encouraged to use whatever medium you want to add. Paints or texture paste, you may use stencils and stamps and so on. So let me get started. My first pile here is pretty white. It's very soft paper because this is a dried up baby wipe. This is a used dryer sheet. This is one of those ghost layers you peel off the back of colored napkins. And this is a paper towel, which by the way comes with sometimes nice designs. So this would be my first category. The next one is a lot sturdier, and that's corrugated cardboard or any type of cardboard that has some type of texture like this coffee sleeve, or even a box you might receive in the mail will work. And here are more textured pieces. There is netting, things you might find in your kitchen and you buy your onions or your fruit in, that will work. There is some gauze or cheesecloths. I have a piece from a fly screen, and I also have this material, I believe it's called tulle. I'm not sure. In Germany we call it tulle, but I think you can see what it is. It has this very holy texture. Holy. Lots of holes, yes. So there's this category. And then next, some more papers. And actually, I thought we could use up a bit of our stash we all have. I'm pretty sure that all of you are artists and crafters. Otherwise, you wouldn't watch my video or participate, right? So I know we all have these bits and pieces of craft papers, things which are left over from other projects. So you can incorporate some of these. Maybe keep the pieces like a postcard size. That way we don't overdo the craft paper aspect. But of course you're welcome to use as many pieces as you like. So next, for some embellishment things, I thought we could do bling. Any bling you have, big pieces, little pieces, a lot of it, or just one of it, as you please. And with the same category also come little sequins here. I don't work with sequins much, but I have a tiny little stash. So those two go in the same categories, and you can use those, or should use at least one of them. Next we have clothespins. So they are the very ordinary one, clothespins, but then there are also the craft one, the short stubby ones, or the smaller skinny ones, and I think I have some really skinny ones in here somewhere. Now you can of course take them apart, and then you get this type of pieces. I thought I had another piece. Anyway, yeah, you can take them apart and use them flat like this, either way you like. You can also use a piece of metal that comes with them. Now, should you not have clothespins in your stash, then you may use these for an alternative. There are some craft sticks, some coffee sticks, and some barbecue skewers. Now we've used something like this before, so this is second choice. First choice are clothespins, but if you don't have those, then you have something else to fall back on. Next, I have a pile I mainly put together for the purpose of tulle. That means you can use these to create marks or texture on your collage. Of course, if you want to incorporate some of this permanently in your collage, you're absolutely welcome. Again, you just have to use one of these or all of them if that suits you. So here we have some kitchen cellophane, the stuff which never comes off the roll very well. But this is really handy for making marks. You can dry the paint underneath it and create texture. You can do all kinds of things with this. So that is one tool. Or maybe you have some a bit sturdier cellophane from a packaging like this one. And because it's more sturdy, this can be used to do prints on. You can transfer paint from your desk to your project like this. And whatever else you can think of what you could do with it. And then of course bubble wrap. I thought the theme is water and bubbles might come in handy. So these work of course great for stamping. So there is this category. And now we come to the little pile here which hopefully will give you some ideas for focal points. So maybe you have some playing cards that have a nice interesting back. So those could make focal points. Or maybe you have postcards, any type of postcards you don't want anymore, you don't mind to cut apart, you can use those. Or maybe you have greeting cards, which are a little similar to postcards, but sometimes they have more of a painted look or a 3D look like this one. Or maybe you have old photos, photos that didn't come out, photos you don't like, you don't need, you don't want to hang on to. You can absolutely use those for focal points. I even have a really pretty mountain card here. So, and that's pretty much what I have in the way of categories. I know it looks a little more simple than some of our other challenges. The piles are a little smaller, but I think the materials are pretty easy to find, and hopefully you all have them available and can use them together in an interesting way. So like always, when you're done with your collage and you send me a picture, I will answer and tell you that it arrived, and then I will take all those photos and I will add them to my follow-up video, which I will post in the first week of November. And there you will see what I will do with all these things. And then of course you can also see what everybody else created. And because we more or less are using the same materials, I find that a really fun thing to investigate, a really fun thing to explore, to see where everybody's imagination will take them. So that's pretty much what I had. Please make sure your photos get to my email dated October so I can include them in my next Bits and Pieces video. So that's all I had for today. Thank you so much for coming. Please join me again, or please join me for the first time and find out how much fun it is to create a collage with everyday things. I appreciate your time. I see you really soon again, and bye-bye for now.